Hi, my name is Paula Rayson and I am the Faculty Registrar and the Director of Student Services here at Daniels. Our office and my team are responsible really for your full student experience from recruitment and application right through. And we're here to foster and support you throughout that. So about me personally, my reading has changed a lot in the last few years. We have a 3.5-year-old at home, and so the reality is my time is much more limited than it was previously. I used to read a lot more books than I do now. Now I read a lot more articles, newspapers, things like that, because I have to get my information in sort of bite-sized chunks. I am, however, currently reading Ernest Hemingway's Farewell to Arms, slowly, getting my way through it on the TTC when I don't have a toddler bugging me. In terms of what book changed my life or shaped my life, I guess from an early age, I've had a fascination with local history. Although my educational and my work background is in law and policy and my educational background is in psychology, I did a second degree a few years ago in history because that's really where my interests lie. And that was fostered by reading The Diary of Anne Frank when we were in primary school. So probably around age 10, something like that, we studied The Diary of Anne Frank. There was an exhibition going on locally that we went to visit. And that really sort of sparked that interest within me. I'm interested in most areas of history, but particularly First and Second World War. And with the Second World War, I have a fascination to do with occupational settings. So how do humans behave in an occupation setting, and that's primarily influenced by The Diary of Anne Frank and various other things. But also, I'm from a small island called Jersey, which is just off the coast of France. We're our own separate countries. We're not part of the UK. And we were occupied for the duration of the Second World War for 5 years. And so there's a very close contact there. So I have that personal connection, that fascination of how people behave in an occupational setting, how human psychology plays in, how neighbors interact with other neighbors, how fears and paranoia and things like that are fostered, and how humans behave under extreme circumstances. And so I read a lot of texts, scholarly articles, things like that, regarding Second World War history and local history, particularly to do with Jersey. So yeah, I get my information now in bite-sized chunks as opposed to reading books as I used to more frequently, and that's where my real interests lie. I still like a physical book. I don't love reading things on my phone unless it's an article, although I do read the newspapers on my iPad rather than get them printed, because I read UK newspapers and European newspapers primarily, so I couldn't get them delivered every day. So I do read on the iPad, but when I can, I prefer to read printed materials. The same thing with scholarly articles. Most of the time I'll print it out. I like to have a physical copy. So if you wanna pop by at any point and chat about Jersey, I could chat to you for hours about that or the history of it. Google it if you get a chance. It's Jersey, like New Jersey, but the original one. And I hope that I'll see you around the corridors here at Daniels or on the wider campus. So welcome, and lovely to meet you.